We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
I believe the progress that we have made in the partnership sets us up well for the new world order.
Davos, we know there's the big housing speech. What else can we anticipate?
There's also going to be some look at the new world order that President Trump is creating.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 17th. It's January. It's 2026. And they're not hiding it anymore whatsoever at all. And it's just ironic. It really is. It's ironic. You have videos where these people are proclaiming the new world order. He said it so there was no doubt what he was saying, but you still have Wikipedia tags below calling it a conspiratorial, totalitarian one-world government. Well, it is. It is. Almost 20 years we've been warning about this, and here it is. They're ready. Remember when I told you it's not coming anymore? It's here. It is here. And we're going to have to deal with things, well, shoot, I don't know, things like this.
С нашей стороны, как с Украины, человеческая жизнь имеет стоимость.
Все нормально, да, он 300-й, живой.
Раньше солдат.
Для военачальников Российской Федерации человеческая жизнь никогда ничего не стоила. Дронов для нас это выживание. Когда мы стали понимать эффективность точечно-атомного дрона, стало понятно, что это надо форматировать.
So the new world order, as they said it, nice and slow so it could sink in, backs up what I've been telling you for several months now. The new world order isn't coming anymore, okay? These are not the old days of Richie from Boston videos when we talked about what was coming, what could possibly be, how it might look. We're looking at it happening right now. Trump is literally taking over the entire Western Hemisphere. Nobody seems to be stopping him. All is well. No big deal. Nothing to see here. And it's all a big joke. You know what I mean? Trump was at an engagement at Mar-a-Lago recently where everybody was dressed up in ball gowns and dog masks because that's normal. Minutes of Horror YouTube channel put this up last night, and I couldn't believe my eyes, but I guess I shouldn't be shocked anymore because this stuff is right out in the open. This is happening at Mar-a-Lago. Donald Trump, the President of the United States, the free world, he's having parties like this in reverence of a dog. Dogs helping soldiers and helping police officers, so everybody dressed up in ball gowns and dog masks, just like in The Shining, just like in Eyes Wide Shut. Just like in real life, it's just right here. But one thing that Trump said really, really caught my attention because this is the biggest FU to the world.
I just want to let you know the nation is doing unbelievably well. We had one hell of a week. We picked up about $4 billion in oil in one day.
So there's the President of the United States at a party at his facility with all his creepy New World Order friends dressed up as you would imagine they would be, as they've always denied they do. And he's literally bragging about stealing $4 billion worth of oil from another country, as well as their president. Lawless. There's no law because it's the New World Order. We don't understand the laws because we're not part of it. Do you see what I'm saying? We're just going to be the happy consequence of building the New World Order. Our blood will have to fuel the ritual that is the New World Order destroying America. They need to see us in a civil war killing each other, because the energy of us killing each other for a lie that they told, and the blood that's going to be spilt from Americans that think they're doing the right thing but are being fooled because they don't have eyes to see or ears to hear, will help fuel this completely and obviously satanic world order. Yeah. But the reason I'm showing you these drone things is because I've received an email from someone that works at the DOD. And the email says this. Hi, Richie. Here is the final request from the DOD regarding the drone purchase over the next 6 months. February is the evaluation phase, and this is where they will order the initial 30,000 drones. The $1.1 billion is now spread out over 2 years. I wasn't off in my original numbers based on the first request, but they made some changes. I'm also attaching 𝗲𝗏𝗍𝗂 since this is regarding drones for war, and it also mentions AI use with them. I've read this RFS twice, and I can't find any allusion to AI, but it's definitely going to be there. The next request will be the actual RFP, which will be out in February. This will have more info since it will be the actual purchase request. I'll send it over to you once I get it. I just wanted to follow up with you on what's going on. I'm sure there will be testing these, maybe Conspiracies. I did look up the website to see, but nothing's there, not unexpected. As a side note, Conspiracies is awarded a $95 million contract with the Food and Drug Administration. Make of that what you will. Thank you for doing what you do. And she also sent over these. This is dated July 10th, 2025, Unleashing U.S. Military Drone Dominance. And it is from the Secretary of Defense. When I became Secretary of Defense, I committed to rebuild our military to match threats to capabilities. Drones are the biggest thing, blah, blah, blah. On June 6th, Trump issued Executive Order 14307 to support the American drone industry and arm our warfighters. The DOD is going above and beyond this order. I am rescinding restrictive policies that hindered production and limited access to these vital technologies, so forth, so on, and blah, blah, blah. So as you can see here, this is going to be a bad day at the office for American people that think they're going to pick up an AR-15 and stand their ground, because we're going to be having threats coming at us from all angles, specifically from the sky. And trying to make a video on how people can actually combat a drone is next to impossible, but I'm still going to try to do it. It's going to be on Jailbreak Overlander, but here's the entire plan. Here's the entire layout. I'll leave links below so you can check these out yourself. But long story longer, what they're doing is the government is literally arming the Department of Homeland Security with drones, killer drones. That's their mission. That's what they do. They're not here to help children or help people that lost their vision. These are here to kill Americans, period. That's it. That's all there is to it. The DHS has a new arm of it, and I wanted you to be informed about this. They are straight out in the open telling you the new world order is here. It's not coming. And that would explain the Economist cover for 2026. Not only are they showing the physical and the spiritual worlds colliding, it's also showing nothing but chaos on Earth surrounded by drones. Coincidence? I don't think so.
So let's head back to Germany, where Brian is seeing U.S. dominance on the world stage firsthand at America's main army hub in Europe. Good morning, Brian.
Yeah, it's really amazing what's going on here and how much action there is in and around NATO. You just heard about Denmark, one of our key NATO members, and you find out what's going to go on in terms of us getting Greenland. That's an issue that's bubbling up around here. Of course, the Ukraine war a few hundred miles away, and you see legitimate, highly used military equipment around me. You got Blackhawks here. You have some in the backdrop, and here you have one right in front of me. And this is And this is Chase Peter. Chase, great to see you.
Great to see you, sir.
All right, Chase, where are you from?
I'm from Colorado.
You know, behind you is a Blackhawk, right?
Yes, sir.
What level is this? What model is it?
This is a UH-60 Victor model Blackhawk.
Yeah, take a look inside.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so this is something that might have been used in Venezuela last week.
Definitely.
Right. So this Blackhawk has what kind of uses overall for the military?
For here in Germany, it's VIP operations, and it has other air assault capabilities for it.
All right, so let's take a seat inside. It seats how many?
So it seats 11 passengers and 4 crew members, so a total of 15.
So it's not luxury, but it's comfortable.
Yep.
And also, you got to know too, this can take a hit, correct?
It definitely can.
Right.
It can definitely take a hit.
And it takes a hit and it's built to survive.
It does, yes.
Right. And what could you use it for here for the most part?
For here, this unit, we use it for VIP operations.
All right, great. So you're busy.
Yes.
There's a lot of VIPs who come through. Thanks so much. Thanks for your service. All right. The other thing we had yesterday, do you remember? We were in the drone center, the innovation center, and there was a drone they were building. They're almost done except for 2 props. How's it going, officer? Great to see you. How's it going, Chris?
Hey, Brian.
So, okay, we watched you working on this yesterday. What is it, and what have you done since, and what needs to be done still?
Yes, sir. So if you remember yesterday, we had some warfighters that were putting this 3D printed medium-range reconnaissance aircraft together in the lab. All we'd have to do at this point is put on props and throw it. This aircraft would fly itself based on waypoints or whatever mission planning that you put in via computer, and we would consider this an attritable system.
So you actually put it on a mission through a computer, and you don't control it once it's in flight?
You can, but it's not required.
Is that artificial intelligence?
No, sir.
It's something that's just an evolving...
Just a flight controller, sir.
All right, and what would I use this for?
Medium-range reconnaissance.
Okay.
Via the electromagnetic spectrum, or with a camera. You could arm it if you wanted to.
Wow. And of course, there are drones that drop other drones, which is pretty amazing.
Yes, sir.
Now, you have this primarily used for surveillance. So
yes,
this
sir.
is ready to go, right?
Yes, sir. This is what you would find in combat, or something very similar to it.
All right. So they might be using that 600 miles away in Ukraine.
Probably, yes, sir.
All right. So can we see it take off?
Sure.
All right. We should also point out, too, that he's going to be using these glasses, and through these goggles, he'll be able to see what the drone sees, which is pretty amazing. So it's just going to take off. We're just going to have it go straight out, and because there's some people here, we're not going to bring it back. But if you can have it lift and bend, you could probably get a shot of that before it takes off. Looks like a video game, but it's not. All right, you start it up. I'm watching the props. And we're watching it take off. So there you go. How far can this go?
About 40 kilometers, sir.
All right. And then you just bring it back.
Yes, sir.
All right. I guess we can put it down. That is great.
Actually, real quick, let's get a little deeper into MAGA. Here's a website called Be Ready. I love the name of it. Be Ready, End Times. And it says, what does MAGA really mean? Well, if you look, there's a lot of words here, okay? And there's chickens in the background. But MAGA in Latin means magic, magical, witch. In Italian, sorcerer or witch. Hold on, these Polish, magician. Sanskrit, magician or priest of the sun. Etymology, it's a noun, maj, magician, enchanter. You see what I'm saying? It all just keeps going back. And this website, I'll leave a link below, literally covers everything going all the way back to 2017. The Economist cover I did a breakdown on, if you recall. Judgment, the Tower, the World, the Hermit, the Star, Wheel of Fortune, and the Magician. And then also Pestilence, of course. But this website's got a lot of good information here, so you should probably check it out if time allows. But I got to tell you something right now, people, straight up and down. Be ready. Prepare yourselves in any way you possibly can, even if it's simply praying. I'm at a subscriber's house who has gone as far as to literally have blue roofs on his house because he knows what I'm saying is legit. Everything's coming to pass right now. We're watching it happen. And speaking of that, time is running out really bad. What I wanted to talk about was the fact that Amazon's AWS and a bunch of other communication and web servers went down again yesterday. That's 2 days in a row. they're testing. So dudes, dudettes, people, get your money out of your bank right now. I don't know what's going to come in the future, but all I know is that money won't be in the bank. They're going to wipe it out. That's what this testing is for. They need to test the communications to make sure they can keep everything they need up and running while ours is down, and keep us all running in circles. You see what I'm saying? Gas stations, food stores, everything will be out. You'll be left with trading with your neighbors or your network if you have one. I have a massive network, and my network has smaller networks. That's how it works. People that weren't sitting here looking at this as conspiratorial entertainment, people that actually did things to improve their opportunity or their chances to endure to the end. Certain things are in the Bible for a reason. Things like endure to the end, synagogue of Satan, people that call themselves Jews that are not. We're living that right now. Do you see what I'm saying? And pharmakia, of course, is always in the Bible, because how many people in the United States are on pharmaceuticals? And when that all shuts down overnight, what's going to happen? All the recreational, all the crackheads, all the junkies, what are they going to do? They're going to do whatever it takes. And you're going to need to be able to prepare to defend yourself or hide yourself away. But if you can't do any of those things, pray, P-R-A-Y, pray to God to guide you, to tell you what to do. Pray with the most remorse, the most humility, and the most repentance in your heart as you possibly can. Pray to God, and He will guide you without a doubt, period. That's all there is to it. And because I'm in the area, Minutes of Horror posted a video yesterday of an anomaly in the sky that he's videotaped not once but twice, and he was asking what it is. Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's a TR-3B, straight up. Watch this.
Now, there are quite a few things I want to talk about in today's video, for example, this whole NASA stuff, but before we get into any of that, I saw one of these again flying above my city, but watch what it does at the end.
Then it disappeared. That is so weird.
You see it towards the end start to pulsate and then it vanishes. Some people believe that might be a Chinese lantern, but here's what Chinese lanterns look like. I mean, there's a difference to me anyway.
What he was seeing in that video is a TR-3B, completely. You see this large thing in the middle here? This guy? That's what lit up real big underneath it, and then it completely disappears. What is it? Something to do with plasma, something to do with the ether, something to that effect. None of us will actually ever know until it's too late. I believe everything will be answered once we die. And here's the funny thing. The subscriber I'm with right now, we were talking about what happens when you die. And I said, well, all your questions will be answered. And he's like, but when we get to heaven, if we get to heaven, we won't even be thinking about it. We'll be too busy. Hallelujah. You know what I mean? And I said, yeah, but once you get there, you get a download. You don't have to ask anything. Everything just becomes known. Do you see what I'm saying? So all of this will make sense when it's over. You need to remember, people. Remember this in your heart. Remember this in your soul. We're just passing through right now, and we just happen to be the people that are living through Revelation. This is happening right now. The New World Order isn't coming anymore. My entire YouTube career was telling you, pointing out things. They're building towards it. They're almost there. They're getting it. They're on it. They're blah, blah. Well, it's here. It's all around us right now, and they're just getting ready to pull the pin. And they're not stopping for anybody. They don't care. They don't care. Laws don't apply. We just had the President of the United States not only go to another country in the middle of the night, use some sort of weapons that made the entire Venezuelan military useless, which I knew that was there. I knew there was an app for that. They stole the president, and then the president's at a party at his location. The President of the United States is at a party at Mar-a-Lago, which he owns, with everybody dressed up in ball gowns and dog faces, and he makes a joke about stealing oil from another country. This is it. This is it. This is happening right now. The last president of the United States is Donald Trump. We're not going to Mars. The earth is flat. Get your money out of the bank. Richie from Boston. I'm going to go work on a video about civil war and stopping drones for Jailbreak Overlander. And I'm out.